Jim Jones. Not Jim Jones, the horrific cult leader who killed majority Black women and children in 1978 in Jonestown. It is the rapper Jim Jones. I want to be clear. I don't know if his real name is Joseph. I don't know if Jim Jones, if he goes by that name because of the cult leader. He's never confirmed or denied that from what I could find. But if he did choose that name off of the cult leader Jim Jones, that's really disturbing. Because every time Jim Jones trends, I don't think the rapper. I'm thinking, why is the psycho Jim Jones trending? Whatever. Anyway, Amisha, he's gone viral because he is on video. I saw this video hours ago. Upset because he was in a Gucci store. You know, the fashion label, luxury fashion label, Gucci. And they ignored him for hours. They're treating him a certain kind of way because he's Black. First of all, I don't understand how somebody spent hours in a store. You're only going to, I mean, I after about 20 minutes, I'm out. But he goes off and he posts a video about being in the Gucci store, not getting champagne, not getting sparkling water, and that he's ready to spend $29,000, Amisha. $29,000. I'm going to be transparent. I've never heard of a Jim Jones song. I know he's done reality TV, but I can't name you. I'm not saying he isn't a talented rapper. He could be the best. He could be the top 5. I don't know his rapping voice, right? But I want to play a clip of Jim Jones, who is outraged in Gucci. I can't endure the entire clip. I'll tell you when to cut it off. But I want to hear this. And I want to chop it up with you, Amisha. Listen to this.
We've been in Gucci for about an hour, right? And we in Gucci in the VIP. We've been in Gucci for like 2 hours. Right? Since we came in here, having nobody came and showed us no courtesy, no amenities, no nothing. Period. Not even a drink of water. Asked to speak to manager. Send me a Black guy out here that start telling me some bullshit. So they got the Black guy racial profiling on Black people. Asked to speak to manager bigger than him. Everybody disappeared. Ain't nobody come out yet. I still ain't getting no sparkling water. I still ain't getting no champagne. I still ain't getting nothing. I didn't even have a salesperson inside of my VIP suite the whole time I was there. I had to keep screaming for VIP people to help me out. Now everybody don't know where the real manager is. You heard? I'm tired of this. We spending all this money as entertainers inside these stores. They hire these Black people, and these Black people are more racist than white people when they get their job inside of Gucci. All of a sudden, you stop playing with us, bro.
I also want to add, Amisha, after that, he goes to, what is it called? Bergdorf? Bergdorf? Yeah. What is it called? Bergdorf. He goes to Bergdorf and he's treated nicely there. And he shows a video of him with champagne. Amisha, you know, why? I heard Karen Hunter. I was about to talk about this. I saw Karen Hunter tweet about it. Why? Why are you in Gucci wasting your money, $29,000 to waste? Didn't Gucci a few years ago, was it Gucci had the blackface scandal?
They had the blackface scandal. They had the Tar Baby. They've had, like, Gucci has had several iterations of problematic anti-civil rights, Reconstruction era type, images of Black people. So I don't, there's that. The other part of this is that there's something insanely elitist, not only to shout out how much money you are spending in this place, but also to talk about, you're supposed to have champagne, all these things in a world, in a society in America, in a society where in Black America, you have folks still fighting to get a living wage, still fighting to make sure that they have a home to go back to at night, ensuring that their kids have childcare, that they have good schools. This is a very interesting dichotomy. The other piece of this is, everything is not discrimination. If everything is discrimination, you're going to have a hard time proving discrimination. The issue that I have with this is that there are Black people who incur levels of discrimination every single day, being profiled in stores, whereas, you know, you walk through a store and somebody's following you around the whole time, or they presume that you don't have enough money to shop there and they're more than willing to escort you out or have security on your back. None of that happened to him. He is arguing that because he assumes he's some exceptional VIP, and that whomever was, you know, in security or whatever was supposed to recognize him. Hell, to your point earlier, without reality TV, I would have known who the hell Jim Jones was. I can't name one of his songs. Maybe it was before my era. I don't know. But I mean, he is not somebody I would see on the streets and go, oh my God, like that's a celebrity at all. With that being said, this whole, why he decided to video it, why he decided to post that video, I don't know what he was trying to gain from any of this, because in all honesty, he just looks like a big old crybaby. It doesn't look like these individuals were doing anything that they shouldn't have been doing. They were working their jobs. If you feel as though you didn't get the extra VIP treatment, from what I know from VIPs, they typically have handlers who call and schedule this time. You don't just kind of wander into the store. So he might have caused his own problem. With that being said, I think he just took this moment to whine and cry. And the upsetting part about that is that, again, discrimination, equity issues, these are very real issues for Black America. So I'm very upset when I see someone who is of a privileged class who has not actually incurred this abuse, at least not in the instance he spoke of it as, trying to elevate that as if it is, you know, some type of infringement on his civil rights. It's not.
But you know, let's go back in time for a minute, Amisha. Let's go to 2019. It feels like a lifetime ago. You brought up when Gucci got into some trouble for images that resembled blackface, was very offensive. There were some rappers who decided to ban Gucci, the luxury brand. Not Jim Jones. Jim Jones said in May of 2019, when he was still posting photos in a Gucci hoodie and a Gucci matching belt, he captioned the photo with this: "Don't ask me about Gucci, goofy. Eat your heart out." That was his reaction to, and other rappers joined in on the Gucci ban, T.I., Soulja Boy, so-and-so. But when Gucci was under fire for imagery resembling blackface, he was proudly rocking Gucci and putting it on his Instagram page. And now you're crying racism.
Exactly.
Now you're saying they're treating you a certain way because you were Black. You said, "Don't ask me about Gucci, goofy." Really?
And he's calling out Black people, because he's also calling out Black staff here from Gucci, which, you know,
who are probably getting paid nothing, probably getting paid little to nothing.
Not getting paid very much in general.
Right.
It's just a lot.
And put them on camera, Misha. At one point, one of the staffers happened to be on camera. You don't know their walk. They could have just started there. You're saying, oh, the Black folks are more racist than the white people at Gucci. Do you know the history of Gucci? Do you know even the criminal history of Gucci? Like, do you know this about this? But you were just standing by Gucci when it was blackface. Really?
French kissing his mama Jim Jordan just needs to go sit down somewhere. Like, I'm just like, this is disgusting. And I feel like, again, he was trying to take advantage of a moment. He sees, you know, some trending issues as it relates to equity issues and issues of racial discrimination, and he just decided that this was his time to claim it. I doubt that any of the situation he described even occurred, to be honest. This is a guy who's just trying to get a trending topic.
Yeah, and I'm gonna wait until more information comes out. I want to know, and normally I want to know Gucci's side of the story. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what to believe. But because Jim Jones, the rapper Joseph, gave Gucci the benefit of the doubt when they had blackface imagery, then I think we should give Gucci the benefit of the doubt. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. That's what I say. I just found the photo. Wow. So when Gucci was in this controversy, he was wearing a Gucci belt and a Gucci sweater and proud of it. He says, looking like, it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. And this is the issue that we get in sometimes with our are quote unquote celebrities. And it's okay to be rich. It's okay to be famous. There isn't anything wrong with that. But is this, I mean, damn, on Black History Month in the name of Carter G. Woodson, this is the time you want to
I
yell
don't
about
think during
racism?
Black History Month or any other month we look to
Right, right.
this guy for Jim Jones for any type of example of anything positive. He's
Right.
not that guy. Again, this is French kiss your mama, Jim Jones. Like nobody is checking for this man at that level. This was just his last ditch effort to get some level of relevance outside of the reality space.
Right. Yeah. And I guess he found a moment and he wanted to, you're right, capitalize on it. And it's just sad. I mean, I don't want to act like when I was growing up, the hip hop was perfect, because Lord knows it was not. So I don't want to be that guy. Oh, when I was younger. No, when I was younger, there was still some pretty, trifling. And I listened to a lot of it. And I still have it on my iPod. Yeah, I still have an iPod. I still have it on my iPod, when I'm at the gym working out. It's fantasy, it's escapism. But what was different back then, Amisha, is that there wasn't social media. So you weren't hearing about the day-to-day foolishness of what your rapper or R&B or rock or whatever they were artists, the babbling they would have in their mind on a random day-to-day. It was regulated just to the
unless there
music,
was
right?
some legality involved, domestic violence
Exactly.
issue, or them getting into a car accident, something like that. There had to be something that involved someone calling 911. Outside of
Right.
that, no, we didn't really hear about their everyday thing, and they weren't publishing it themselves. In his case, paparazzi isn't following Jim Jones. It's not a thing. He's an old has-been. At the end of the day, he's trying to drudge up the media attention on his own, even if that means going out of his way with completely ridiculous commentary. And that's what that video was.
Right. You didn't have a rapper talking about, swollen testicles because of, a COVID vaccine. I mean, we can go on and on. You didn't have a rapper executing some plan for, Black America, completely leaving out Black women. There were just certain things that it was just so regulated to the music. They would do an interview here or there, but that's the difference. So I'm not saying music, rap, rock, R&B, pop, whatever, hasn't always been trifling and over sexualized. I understand that, but the actual artist, the kind of platform they have now, is so much different. And can be,
and
to
it's
my
self-regulated.
opinion.
In many cases, they have chosen to speak on these views without actually doing their research, like the several who popped out on COVID-19, or the several who become policy or political wonks and have decided to put out this information, meanwhile not researching anything. The folks who are now acting like President Biden has now said that he's going to have crack pipes everywhere. That's nowhere. We've just seen so much ignorance that in many cases perpetuated by our own community, because these guys will jump on it and they'll spread the information just because they see that it's getting a lot of views, it's getting a lot of clicks. So here we are with misinformation that is passed by people who look just like us to hurt communities that look just like us.